Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today we are once again taking a deep dive into the lives of the villagers and taking a look at every sibling in Animal Crossing New Horizons as well as the rest of the franchise. Now you may already know that Francine and Chrissy are of course sisters, but we'll come back to these shortly with some pretty shocking details towards the end of the video that you won't want to miss. But before we take a look at these siblings amongst villagers, let's break down these special characters that have siblings in the game. Of course, if you're excited for the video, be sure to leave a like, it helps out so much, and comment siblings
for the YouTube algorithm.
Now, a surprising amount of special characters actually have brothers or sisters in the game, and to make it easier, we'll break them up into categories including 100% siblings, those who are heavily implied as being siblings, and finally the actual villagers such as Francine and Chrissy. Let's take a look. Siblings. First up, unless I'm forgetting someone which could be extremely embarrassing, Animal Crossing has 7 sets of special character siblings, with all but one featuring in Animal Crossing New Horizons. In no particular order, these include Blathers and Celeste, Isabelle and Digby, the Nooklings or Timmy and Tommy, Mr. Rossetti and Don, Mabel, Sable and Label, who are of course better known as the Able sisters, Pelly and Phyllis, and finally the 2 youngest members of the Snowfolk family, Snowboy, who does feature in New Horizons, and Snow Tyke, who sadly doesn't. Now Blathers and his younger sibling Celeste are of course known for working inside the museum. Blathers appraises and monitors donations, while Celeste runs the observatory or museum shop. Celeste's role is slightly different in New Horizons though, in that she is now a visiting character and spends her time stargazing. Both Isabelle and Digby are twins who typically help manage different services around town. Before New Horizons, Isabelle works as the town hall secretary and Digby runs the Happy Home Showcase that once upon a time allowed players to share homes with other players via Street Pass. Whilst they both appear in New Horizons, with Isabelle running the civic consultation counter at resident services, Digby no longer has a role. Timmy and Tommy need no introduction as they've appeared in every Animal Crossing game. Interestingly though, no one really knows which Nookling is the eldest. Timmy and Tommy's sibling e-reader card states Tommy was born first, whilst the description of the twins in their RV in Animal Crossing New Leaf states Timmy is the eldest. Let me know in the comments who you think is the eldest of the two and why. Now despite Don Rossetti being the eldest of the 2 Rossettis, Mr. Rossetti or Sonny debuted in Animal Crossing first, until it was ported to the GameCube when Don made his first appearance. As I'm sure you know, both Rossettis are in charge of monitoring saved data, at least until New Horizons. Fortunately, both have returned to New Horizons though as part of the Rescue Center and can each be seen enjoying a coffee at the Roost. The Able sisters are also iconic special characters. Mabel owns the Able sisters store with Sable, who is the eldest. Label on the other hand is the middle Able sister, but takes on a slightly different career path in fashion that's also apparent as recent as New Horizons. There has been doubt over the years whether Label is a real Able sister, but it's widely accepted as true. Like the Able sisters, Pelly and Phyllis co-own and run the post office facility in Animal Crossing, at least until New Horizons. Pelly is the charming character who works the day shift, but Phyllis, who's the eldest of the siblings, works the night. And finally, of the confirmed special characters, Snowboy and Snow Tyke, who are members of the Snowfolk family, are of course siblings, with Snow Tyke being the youngest and also only featured in New Leaf, whereas Snowboy, who is actually known as Snowman in earlier installments, features in every mainline game. Implied siblings. Now, as with any video game lore, there's several examples of implied backstories or relationships that either stem from rumour or a piece of lost media once printed in a magazine, and Animal Crossing is no different. As far as I know, there are potentially 4 additional sets of special character siblings in the Animal Crossing franchise. Some are most likely true, whilst others are probably just rumour. These include Wilbur and Orville, Giovanni, Carlo and Beppe, who are better known as OK Motors, Copper and Booker, and interestingly Porter and an unnamed train engineer and co-worker. Now I've put all of these together in the implied siblings category simply because we don't really know for sure. Wilbur and Orville run Dodo Airlines in Animal Crossing New Horizons and are of course inspired by the Wright brothers. Other than the fact they're both dodos and inspired by siblings, I don't think there's been confirmation anywhere unless I missed some dialogue. But with that said, they're implied brothers, so it's widely accepted they are in fact siblings. Giovanni, Carlo and Beppe, collectively known as OK Motors, run the camper or RV store in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. They're of course all ravens and many speculate they could be siblings, but we don't know for sure. Again, unless I've missed something, there doesn't seem to have been any confirmation in game. Copper and Booker are of course the police officers who have occasionally been referred to as siblings over the years, but in all honesty, probably aren't. The reason behind this implied relationship, other than working together like most of the other siblings, is an e-reader card that features both Copper and Booker. This card is often referred to as a sibling card because the Rossettis, the Able sisters, Pelly and Phyllis and the Nooklings all have one too. However, the numbering of this card differs, so was probably never intended to be referred to as a sibling card. Plus, they're clearly inspired by different breeds of dogs, so yeah, I thought I'd include it for the sake of completeness. Now, before we get back to the actual villagers, the final implied set of special character siblings are Porter and an unnamed co-worker often referred to as the train engineer. Porter features in most of the mainline Animal Crossing games, but thanks to his e-reader card, it's implied that the train engineer who actually drives the trains in Animal Crossing is Porter's brother, and occasionally they swap places sometimes. This suggests they're likely twins, but has never been confirmed outside of the e-reader lore, as far as I can tell. Villagers. Okay, with all of these special characters out of the way, we can finally get back to the normal villagers or residents who are siblings. Now, we've already mentioned Francine and Chrissy, who are of course sisters, with Francine being the eldest, but there are even more villager siblings to name. Vichy and Cece, who are of course the Splatoon-inspired crossover villagers who debuted in New Leaf, are also villagers who are confirmed to be sisters, just like their Splatoon counterparts. But that's not all. The most shocking detail you'll ever discover when it comes to siblings in Animal Crossing is that almost every single villager in the entire franchise has at least one sibling. During the April Fool's event in New Leaf, you have to find the imposter, who is actually Blanca in disguise, and one of the questions you must answer to figure this out is how many siblings the villager in question has. For example, Teddy is confirmed as the eldest of 2 villagers, Olive confirmed as the youngest of 2, Chester is the youngest quintuplet, and some villagers such as Anchor have 10 other confirmed siblings. Oh, and Francine and Chrissy are the eldest and youngest of 4 siblings respectively. This is truly mind-blowing. Of course, other than Francine, Chrissy, Vichy and Cece, all of these villager siblings are merely implied, but technically are all out there somewhere in the Animal Crossing universe. If that isn't the greatest piece of Animal Crossing lore, I don't know what is. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you love Animal Crossing as much as me. As always, thank you so much to the patrons and channel members for supporting this content, and if you'd like to see every unreleased villager in Animal Crossing New Horizons, be sure to check out this next video. Peace.